still going to be stopping every 2 seconds, are you? Oh, come on. Let's cross this road, eh? Very foggy day today. I think it's going to rain though. Hey dog, you got to stop and pee every 2 seconds, do you? Let's go through here, eh? That's it, good girl. Oh. What can you smell? You smell all those other dogs, can you? These dogs leaving their calling cards, are they? Beautiful scenery. Despite the weather, it's pretty nice. The camera's bumping around because I've got Millie's lead on my wrist and she keeps running around. Oh, dog. Again? So that over there, probably can't see it, is the platform for the old railway back in the day. So what this track is basically where the old railway line used to go. Obviously no longer here. But it's a nice walk anyway. I haven't actually gone all the way along, so I don't know how far it goes. Millie's getting older anyway, so I usually go for a couple of Ks up the track, and usually that's enough for her. And as you can see by the amount of time she stops to leave a mark, usually it takes a while. Well, look at that, very foggy. It's a bit cold today. Come on, Millie. Looks like a horse has been through here. That place over there, it's like a micro brewery, and they do they've got a little restaurant. They do pizzas and all sorts. They've got beehives over the back there somewhere. I can see their chickens down there. See if I can see their chickens over by the tractor. Yep. If it focuses. Will it? No? Okay. So I don't know how my camera work's going to be today. Probably a little bit bumpy. Yeah, it sort of feels It's like fog, but it's like a light drizzle. But I think the weather said the rain's coming in, so I don't know how far I get before I'll get wet. Oh, Millie's stopping again. You got nothing left in your tank, Millie? Eh? She loves a walk. She's getting old now, but she's a great dog. She's my best buddy. It's good company. Oh, again? Really? That's the park over there, like a rest area. Come on, dog. Keep the pace, baby. There you go. It's a restaurant and brewery. I've not been there yet, but I've been meaning to go. Hitchhikers and cyclists welcome. Come on, dog. Oh, a bit muddy. My shoes don't have the best grip, so if I start pointing the camera up at the sky, you'll know that I've slipped over in a puddle, and you can laugh. It's actually really nice out. I don't mind this weather. It's not so pleasant in the summertime because the flies drive you mad. Oh, see, look, she's at it again. Okay, Millie. You finished? And there's the main road over there. I don't know if you can see the cars. Bit of a cold wind blowing. I don't mind though. I love that big old tree over there. One there. And it's Millie stopping again. So if I'm stopping all the time, you know why. See the pipeline? That goes right through WA. Water down there. like the peace and quiet. Never really been a city person myself. I love the countryside. I love the tranquility. Being alone with your own thoughts. Funny though, having said that, I've travelled a fair bit to Thailand, and I do love staying at Bangkok. The hustle bustle of the city and the markets, all the sights and the smells, and it's really awesome. I do love going there, but I always prefer the countryside to come back and just to enjoy the peace and quiet. Hey Millie, where you going there, girl? Pipeline there. So I'm not going to go for miles and miles today because I'm probably going to get wet at some point, but Millie being older, I don't want to take her too far. She gets tired. I end up having to carry her back. You quite often come across horses and cyclists along here, sometimes the odd trail bike. We've had a bit of rain, but there's more coming. This gets really muddy and a bit unpleasant to walk through. Goats for miles, it's sort of cut through the trees here. Perfect place to go walking. But it does literally go for miles and miles and miles, so and try and adjust the camera angle, that's better. And of course stopping for Millie again. Yeah, so I've got to start doing this more often. Big puddle up ahead, just got to, come on Millie, this way. I don't know what the temperature is, but it feels pretty cold. So I've been pretty keen to get some more urban exploration, like abandoned places happening. And between the weather and I had some car problems before, still got a couple of things to address, a couple of things to fix. But I will get out and do some videos on that, or urban exploration. Plus, I have inquired into a couple of places. I'm going to send off a few more emails today, but there's a few places that are haunted, and I really want to get into a few haunted places. There's pretty the old railway track there. So the old paranormal side is something I really want to cover, but as usual, you really have to inquire. I prefer to email, first initial contact, rather than just turning up somewhere and shaking someone's hand and going, "Oh, hey mate," But we'll see what happens. Got a few ideas in the pipeline, a few more videos. But if anyone knows of any abandoned places or haunted locations, or if someone has a haunted house themselves, I'd love to come and investigate. So if you want to leave me a comment down below. A bit hard to get my hand up because I'm holding the selfie stick in one hand and I've got my dog in the other hand. Come on, Millie. Still peeing. Imagine if people did that. Stop and pee everywhere. Be a little bit embarrassing. Actually, some people probably do. I've got a road to cross, so I'll just turn the camera off for a bit. Right, how are we going to navigate this puddle? Around this way, dog. It's probably going to get my shoes wet if I oh, dog's in the water. Shit. That was interesting. Made it. Come on. So I just had to cross the road in a big puddle. You happy? Millie? Millie? Oi, up here. There we go. Come on. Come on, don't stop now. Honestly, dog, you got no pee left in the tank. I think I'm a bit the same on cold days. You always got to stop for a pee somewhere. Come on. It's quite a nice scenic sort of a walk, this. That's why I like coming down this way. It's good because I get to talk to myself without making a fool of myself, no one around to listen. And I'll just swap hands with the camera. That's better. Yeah, so I get to have a good old chin wag with myself. Hey Max, how you going? Good, thanks. Yeah. What have you been up to, Max? Oh, fuck all. But more than that, it's nice to just have a good think. So it's not just the exercise, but God, Millie. But it's the time you get to think. Not a lot of wildlife at the moment. I can't hear too many birds. I usually just go up a little bit further and turn around. Usually that's it for Millie. Got a little bit of an edge there. Millie. Dogs are funny. Be embarrassing if humans did the same thing. Walk along and, oh look, someone's peed here. Got to have a sniff. Oh, it's John. Yeah. How you going, John? Got a piss here as well. Leave my mark. Well, we're good so far. No rain. It's nice, everything's green. If you know Western Australia, come summertime, everything, it just dies, goes brown and hot and barren, and the flies are absolute bloody nightmare. You got to break a little limb off the tree and sort of swish it around your shoulders to keep the flies from landing on your face and your shoulders. It's probably the worst thing about Western Australia, or Australia, the frickin' flies. Not to mention the spiders and the snakes and the scorpions and everything else in between. What are you doing, dog? Someone gone for a pee? Who was it? No one you know? There's your calling card. Okay. Go up a little bit further and I'll turn around. Yeah, but I think it was last summer. We had a brown snake. I don't think it was an actual brown snake, but I think it was I forget what you call them. A cross between the Aussie brown snake and the dugite. Yeah, it was a decent size, and one day I was in the house, chatting to my son, and I heard this sort of a bristly sort of scraping noise, like someone was dragging a broom across the floor. And I looked in the kitchen, and there's this big snake in the kitchen. It saw me and it was trying to get away. Lucky it wasn't a tiger snake or something more aggressive. Might turn around here. Come on, Millie. We'll go back now. This way. So anyway, the thing went under the stove, and there's a bit of a gap there. So as far as I know, the snake had come up through the floor looking for mice, because we, being on the edge of the countryside, of course we get our mice and rats. They get into the shed and into the house sometimes, so the snake was obviously just following the trail and came up through the floor. But I called the snake guy. He was a really cool guy. He's doesn't live too far away, and he came out pretty quickly, him and his daughter, and he helped me pull the stove out. And by the time he pulled it out, the snake had found the gap in the floor again and gone back down. So he went down under the floor looking for the snake, and it had gone at that stage. So first thing I did was to get a piece of wood and nail it over the hole. Yeah, but when one of those things bites you, unless you can get to hospital in a hurry, you're gone. So that was a bit of a scare. Second time I've had that. Lived in Australia for how many years? Well over 30 years anyway. And I've only ever had 2 snakes in the house. I've been bitten on the toe in bed by a spider. That was pretty painful. I mean, I don't think it was a redback or anything like that. I would have been far worse off. Must have been just a house spider, but that had me limping around for a couple of days with a swollen toe. And I mean, we're pretty clean, you know. We get the pest control and everything, but there's no guarantees. If they're going to come in, they're going to come in. And you don't often see scorpions. I mean, I've caught a couple of decent sized ones before in the garden. Mainly the swimming pool. In summertime, you know, you'll get like dead scorpions, small ones in the pool, spiders and all the rest. So we're pretty lucky, really. That's just my phone, so I'll ignore that if I can. So, you know, my channel's pretty new. You know, my main interest, sorry if I pause, it's just Millie. She's sort of distracting me with a stop start. But being a new channel, I mean, I've always been a real huge fan of the urban explorers, and you know, like young Josh, and exploring with Josh and Steve Ronan and Urbex Hill and all those guys. I take my hat off to them. They do really good job, eh? We love watching them. And I thought, you know, I've always wanted to do it. Damn it, I'm going to get off my ass and I'm going to do it. So I put my channel together, and as you can see, there's not a whole lot of videos yet. Well, you know, I haven't been making videos for very long, but I have been into the paranormal side for quite a long time. Many years. I had my connections with the occult when I was younger. I initiated in the occult through the elders in Perth, and I think probably some of them have died by now, I'd say. So I went down that path when I was younger, and I think as I got older I just thought, no, it's not my cup of tea. You know, I've learned all I could, been there and done that, and I think mainly ever since I was a kid I always encountered growing up spirits, haunted houses at some point, and always had a fascination. So we've done a little bit of paranormal investigation in the past, but nothing on camera. So anyway, look, I'll just take this call. I just had to pause for a bit because Millie was trying to cross the road, and there's a big muddy puddle just on the other side. Sorry, this is my right hand, it usually shakes more than the left. I'll swap Millie over because I had to answer the phone as well. The phone was going off. What I was saying was, due to my exposure to haunted houses, spirits when I was younger, I always had an interest in the paranormal. I got out of the occult and sort of started looking into quantum physics and, you know, challenging the mainstream theories of reality, blah blah blah. And that's the sort of inquisitive mind I've got. But I look at all these ghost hunters. You know, we used to watch Ghost Adventures. Who else do we follow? You know, Twin Paranormal, and I think young Josh does his ghosty videos, and are really good. I really enjoy those. And I thought, well, considering my past, you know, UFOs and ghosts and everything in between, I thought, well, I'll give it a crack, and I'll make my own channel, and hence, come on, dog. Hence my channel called ALIAS. Dogs, just keep walking, would you? Look at this. Some grubby bastards just come and dumped all this shit. I mean, Christ. Look at that. That's just bloody disgusting. No respect for nature. Anyways, so the whole purpose of my channel is to basically follow on the lines of the guys that I watch regularly on YouTube, and have a bit of fun, you know. That's it. Life's an adventure. And I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm getting older. I'm not old, but I'm getting older, and I thought, damn it, you know, I'm going to get out and have my own adventures and get into the old paranormal side. So I have emailed a few people and still waiting to hear back, so I will be doing more paranormal videos because I love doing those. The more haunted the better, you know. If I can get into some really haunted houses and locations, I just absolutely love it, be in my element. But I'm really interested in getting into old buildings and factory units and something with a bit of lost history. And the only concern I have with that, I don't, you know, the risk of being caught and prosecuted and fined and all that sort of bullshit. That's probably the only thing. I don't want to do anything that's going to, you know, get me in trouble. I mean, I'd rather take the path of getting permission first. But I mean, if there's somewhere you can sort of sneak in safely without getting caught, you know, I'm all for that. You know, being an older person too, I'm in my 50s, and I'm not interested in all this graffiti and vandalism. You know, I'm not that kind of person. I think being an urban explorer, I really take my hat off to the guys who can go through an old house with all the furniture and all the belongings all intact. Guys that go in there and they don't steal, they don't vandalise, they don't graffiti. They go in just to capture, you know, a bit of the past, a bit of history. And I really respect guys who do that, guys and girls. So yeah, today I think mainly my motivation, not just to get a little bit of exercise today and get Millie's legs working, but I think just to have a little bit of a nag and just a bit of a talk about what I want to do on my channel. But you know, I think in between investigating places and doing the haunted side of things, it's always good to add in just the day-to-day stuff, like, you know, going for a walk with the dog, or like, I'm an airbrush artist. That's the other thing I want to add to my channel, is the fact that I have been painting, you know, cars, hot rods, Harley Davidsons. I've been doing that for years, and I'm waiting till I get a couple of jobs. I've got a couple coming up where I can sit down with a camera and start from the beginning to the end, like a tutorial. So people out there who are interested in airbrushing can also see how it's done. You know, I can talk about, you know, what equipment I use, what sort of paints I use, techniques, that kind of thing. So I want to bring a little bit of that to my channel too, and anything else in between of interest. So, you know, if anyone says, oh, you know, you haven't got much in the way of ghost hunting, well, it's early days yet for my channel. But it's not my only focus, you know. I think people are interested in all aspects of life. I love that scenery there. Yeah, it's quite beautiful. And yeah, any opportunity I get to go for a walk and have a bit of a chat with you guys, it'll be awesome. I do know some good tracks, You can tell Millie's getting a bit tired because she's not peeing as much. She usually gets a steady pace on when she starts getting tired. That's why I don't take her too long too. She's getting older. But it really makes a day. She'll be happy for the rest of the day now. So, you know, if there's anything that any of my viewers would like me to investigate, I mean, at this stage, because my channel's early, I'm not monetized. I'm not getting anything for making the videos. You know, I'm not a rich person. I have to stay within my means, but I mean, I'll start off around WA, and later on, once I'm monetized, if I, you know, get a bigger following, I'll probably go over east. There's a few haunted places over interstate I'd like to go to, and I do love travelling over to Asia when I've got the money. I mean, last time was 2018. I've got a partner over in Thailand, so last time I spent time with her over there was 2018. Spent about a month and got crook eating street food, and of course missed the plane. That was a shock. Went to check in and, you know, get ready to go to my gate, and the lady said to me, "Oh no, you missed your plane." And I mean, I'm lucky I had a little bit of money in the bank, so there wasn't anything I could do. At the time, I just thought, oh look, I had my girlfriend with me. I turned around and said to her, "Look, I'm going to have to stay at your place." She had a look of shock on her face, because her place is like a little dog box. It was yeah, a bit of an education. She was living in a bit of a slum sort of an area. I hate to use that word, but I really felt sorry for her. But I said to the people at the airport, how long do I have to wait for the next plane? And they said 6 days, quite casually. Oh shit, 6 days. Anyway, couldn't do anything about it. Had to get in a cab and went back to her place. Had my son with me too. First time he'd travel overseas, and I bloody caused him to miss the plane. So he was pretty stressed, but yeah, so anyway, made it back to Australia, and that was it. So I just had to stop for a second, because there was a guy back there. But Millie, she's a bit flighty with strangers, so rather than trying to hold her back, I thought I'd cut the camera first and try and sneak her past without her seeing the guy. I can see the beehives over there in the distance, kind of there somewhere. Oh yeah, beehives. I can see all the, I think over that way they've got geese. Probably a bit hard to see in the distance. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying before, my channel's new, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Wanted to do it for years, been watching everyone else making videos. A friend of mine started, don't know how long ago, 1.5, 2 years ago. Old Campbell, his channel's autodidactic. He's a really good bloke. He seems to be doing pretty good with his channel. I think he just came back from Melbourne. So, dog, do you mind? You've got no piss on board, dog. Come on. Well, that's the pie shop's just through there, right on the main road. They're not bad. They make beautiful coffee. The Baker's Hill Pie Shop. But I'll show you guys this the old train stop up here. Well, I wouldn't call it a station, but it was a stop. And I think there's you can still get historic photos online if you Google them, Google Images, the old railway and the steam trains back in the war days. And I think here and there you can still see a little bit of the old railway lines half buried. And the old tavern that I did recently, did the paranormal investigation there, that actually got rebuilt, but I can't find any historic photos of it, which is a pity, before it burnt down. I don't know why someone would take the photos down, but someone's probably got photos. So I'll show you guys this bit, but after that I might head off and get this dog home before it rains. Come on, dog. This way. It's the old stock feed place, hardware. It's the remnants of the old train stock. Platform, it's pretty decayed, falling through on some spots. There you go, Baker's Hill. That's an old sign. Alright, anyway.